Welcome back, students. So let's continue our discussion of reported speech, that is direct and indirect speech. In the previous video module, we have learned that how to make changes of tense especially, plus all these things we have seen. Now the next point now which we are going to discuss, that is verbs are not changed in the case of universal or general truths. If the sentence, that is direct sentence, if the sentence conveys any universal or general truths, that time there will be no change in the tense of indirect speech. No change. For example, now look at this example. The teacher said, comma, inverted comma, start, the sun rises in the east. What do you think? After reading this sentence, it's a universal truth. We cannot change that the sun rises in the east. We cannot change this fact. This is a fact. And in case if such fact is there, so there will be no change in indirect speech. Tense of indirect speech here. Now see, the teacher said, if you want to remove this one, what punctuation? Then that conjunction is used. The teacher said that the sun rises in the east, as it is, because it's a universal or general truth, so that's why there is no change in the tense of reported indirect speech generally. Okay, one more sentence. Our teacher said, comma, inverted comma, start, man is mortal. It's a truth, reality. Man is mortal. So we cannot say that man was mortal or something else. We cannot say. So the tense will remain unchanged here in indirect speech also. It's a reality. Now our teacher said that only conjunction to remove this, to omit this punctuation, comma, inverted comma, conjunction, that is used. So our teacher said that man is mortal. No change in the tense of reported or that indirect speech. No change. One more sentence. Here it is given that he said, comma, inverted comma, start, what a great part of Arabia is desert. He said, comma, inverted comma, start, a great part of Arabia is desert. It's a fact, we cannot change. He said that a great part of Arabia is desert. It will be an indirect one, so no change in the sentence. So I mean to say, children, if the sentence conveys any universal or general truth, there will be no change in the tense of indirect speech. Okay, now next. Use told instead of said to. Sometimes it is possible that instead of said, only said to will be there in the reporting verb of the direct speech. And in this case, what will you do? If said to is used, then in indirect speech, what will you do? Instead of said to, you will use told. Am I clear? If in direct speech, direct sentence, in reporting verb, said to is coming. He said to. Said to is coming. So instead of said to, in indirect speech, you will use told. Example. She said to me, this is the reporting verb. Okay, she said to me, I want to talk to you. Speech, reporting speech. I want to talk to you. Said to is used. So as I said, instead of said to, you will use told in indirect speech. So she told me, then to remove this inverted commas, punctuation, that is used, conjunction. She told me that, what is the tense of this sentence? I want to talk to you, present. So now it will be converted into past in indirect speech. She told me that she wanted to talk to me. It means here I want to highlight only one change. Instead of said to, you have to use told in indirect speech. Now coming to the next one. According to the tone of the context, use different reporting verbs. It doesn't mean that we should use only said or asked, only few reporting verbs. According to the context, we can use it. Suppose admitted, he admitted, affirmed. According to the tone, context of the tone, affirmed, answered, complained, declared, remarked, objected, observed, protested, promised, reminded, etc. It means that you have to use according to the meaning, according to the context of the sentence there, or the tone of the sentence context you have to use here. Then one more thing, the first, generally what we do there, generally we do one thing, that pronouns and the possessive adjective usually change from the first or second to the third person. What I mean to say? Pronoun and possessive adjectives usually change from the first or second to the third person. But here, see now, the first person remains unchanged. But in direct speech, if first person is coming there, so it remains unchanged. Suppose, for example, I said, comma, inverted comma, start, I like my old house. I said, I like my old house. First person is used here, I. Am I clear? I like my old house, I. So, it remains unchanged in indirect speech. I said that, conjunction that, I liked my old house. Like, present simple present tense of this direct speech. So, indirect will be simple past tense. So that's why liked, play, played, go, went. So then I said that I liked my old house. It means I remains unchanged. First person remains unchanged. So these are some exceptions we have learnt here, that if the sentence conveys universal or general truth, the tense will remain unchanged. Then instead of said to, use told. Then so many different reporting verbs we can use here. I have mentioned some of them. And finally, the first person remains unchanged. So children, in this way we have discussed here. These are some exceptions here, some changes. Now, few more things we will continue in the next video module.